All right, guys, welcome into Above Ground World News. I was trying to go live, but I couldn't get the satellite internet to pull it off. I'm going to have to kind of work on it and try to straighten it out. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through a couple articles. We are always talking about the weather modification programs and how they're spraying the chemtrails out of the planes. But here's an article from NASA about the boats making chemtrails. Let's see what they have to say here.
On clear days, ships can actually create new clouds. Water vapor condenses around particles of pollution, forming streamers of clouds as the ships travel on. Could air pollution actually curb global warming by making our planet brighter and more reflective?
And there you go. There's what they try to make it sound good. Can we curb global warming by injecting poisons up in the air? But that's not all. Let's take a look at something that went on. This was back in 2009 over in China. China's weather manipulation brings crippling snowstorm to Beijing. This comes out of Popular Science. And I just wanted to kind of go back over some of these articles. Weather manipulation is actually not as rare as one might think. Currently, 24 countries practice some kind of cloud seeding. The Russian Air Force on cloud seeding duty to make sure it never rains on his parades. It's pretty wild that a lot of these other countries you get where they talk about what they're doing, and overseas you can find these articles almost all the time. The U.S. has dabbled with weather manipulation attempts to curb the intensity of Gulf hurricanes back in the 60s. Well, if that's so, how come they didn't try to stop like Hurricane Sandy and Katrina and all them? It's because they actually caused that. Military seeded clouds over North Vietnam during the war to extend the monsoon season. CIA seeded clouds in 1969 in an attempt to rain out the hippies gathering at Woodstock, but they partied right through it. While the government claims the seeding is for the good of the country, the claim is as dubious as the practice of seeding itself. In 2005, a snow melting agent killed 10,000 trees in Beijing, China, and experts worry it could be eroding the city's infrastructure. As of last night, highways in and around Beijing were closed and many roads were blocked, bringing the day-to-day to a halt. Here's another one from this year, January 24, 2017. China is planning to spend $1.15 billion on weather weather modification. Tons of articles. Artificial rainfall enhancement had increased precipitation by 55 billion cubic meters between 2006 and 2016. Unbelievable. Their budget was approved by new planes, 8 existing aircraft. They're going to upgrade them. 897 rocket launch devices, and connect 1,856 devices to digital control systems via NextRads cell phone towers. This comes out of the Daily Mail. Putin spends $5 million on making sure it doesn't rain on his parades. Jets to spike clouds with chemical cocktail. But is my browser going to work here? Wow, this thing is just running like crap. That might be why I can't go live, is because my computer's just crappy. I haven't even started this computer up in quite a while, so you gotta bear with me here. This thing is like a dinosaur. But anyway, it means the villages 40 miles away will get deluged. Reports say the Kremlin is ready to splash out $5 million to use Soviet technology, which should guarantee sunshine for the 70th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. Ahead of the parade, a Russian fleet of Air Force planes are on standby from around 6 a.m. to fly from an airbase north of Moscow to spray special reactant chemical agents over any thick clouds, causing them to release their downpours before reaching the capital. This is what we talk about when we say they cause droughts. So, well, that site there is just really slow. Here is a article. This is back from 2016. The UAE plans man-made mountain to increase rainfall. They're going to actually build an artificial mountain that will help increase the country's rainfall. A team at the National Center for Atmospheric Research in the U.S. understood to have received a $400,000 grant towards a detailed study exploring whether it would work. So they got $400,000 just to try to figure out if this would work. The UAE government spent a reported $558,000 on cloud seeding last year. The experiments are believed to have played a part in last month's record rainfall. So here you go. Here's other countries that are talking about manipulating their weather. Scientists create 52 artificial rainstorms in Dubai desert. Right here, this tells you that when they're spraying the skies like today, it looks like Georgia got bombarded, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi. Let's go up. Looks like parts of Kentucky, parts of Ohio, West Virginia. Microwaves all up in the northeast coast. Michigan's getting bombarded. Wisconsin, Minnesota, parts of Iowa. And it looks like Missouri was getting microwaved like crazy. Same with Oklahoma. Mexico's getting clobbered. Let's take a look at Las Vegas getting clobbered. Parts of California. Looks like they're spraying out off the coast too. Definitely manipulating the weather. Let me try hitting this layer here, see if it gives us a little better look. Looks like there's some spraying going on in Utah. Hard to tell. Wyoming's getting sprayed. But yeah, these are New Mexico, Texas, microwaves in Oklahoma. Florida's getting microwaved. Look how sharp these lines are. There's a pretty thick chemtrail going. Hopefully I can get my live to work. Man, look what they were doing out here. Crazy. Are they spelling something here? Them are super thick chemtrails south of Myrtle Beach, all the way out off the coast, inland. I mean, you can just tell the different colors. I mean, it's a dirty, dingy, horrible color. Look at all these X's in the sky. Different chemicals being dropped. Complete aerosol bombardment. Carbon dioxide. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Just wanted to pop this out there, and then I'll try to get this thing going live. Anyway, much love, guys. Be safe.